my memories that I remember, hand to God and everyone above, and you can ask anyone who knew me at that time. So it's basically my brother at this point. But the point being is, I would literally start my day in front of the TV on some Castle of Grayskull, get my arm up because that's my power sword, and yell, "I have the power!" Like I started my day with He-Man. I'm down for that. So the remake, yeah, of course it was going to be in. I frankly think we could also do a full episode on Masters of the Universe and that train wreck of a situation because oh my god, talking about doing drugs. I really want to know where are these guys getting this shit and what are they doing because my god, you can't come up with bad ideas and still think you're going to be in a situation in Masters of the Universe got you. But anyway, they fucking come out and they already so far are going with new stories. They've created new stories. But what's our response? Not enough fucking He-Man. Where's He-Man? Blah, 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 He-Man. First of all, He-Man's in the goddamn series. He's just not in it to the point of fucking He-Man porn. Maybe, I don't know, if we fucking calm the fuck down and actually realize we're watching a new story, you don't even have to like it. Just go with the fact that it's new. And maybe eventually, as stories go, you'll start to get into different elements because we all see stories and read things at different angles. So there's different things that hook us. Maybe at the end of it, you might fucking like it. And maybe, who knows, the second season might be all goddamn He-Man to the point where we fucking hate it. I don't know, but just calm the fuck down. It's only been one goddamn season. Holy shit, we can't have anything nice. Like, did we literally want a remake of He-Man where all they're gonna do is take the fucking 1980, early 80s series and fucking redo it? I guess, but then what happens? What are we gonna do? Show up. Well, all they did is they redid the fucking series from the early 80s. I feel like all no one's watching the old stuff. You know what? I would just YouTube it and watch the old stuff. Like, we can't fucking have nice things. We literally are goddamn parasites. We're parasites across the board. Matrix was right. Agent Smith was right. I hate to tell people, I'm not saying take the goddamn pill. I don't know what you want to do. You want to go to the underground rave? Go to the underground rave. You want to stay in the goddamn Matrix and eat fucking steak with Cypher? I don't give a shit. I'm just pointing out that Agent Smith was right. But anyway, I'm losing steam on my time, so I'm just going to go on to the rest of my list because I literally have like 1,400 points and I got like 3 minutes left. So you talk about Mario start time. Here we go. All right, so the Vega brothers. We got Rob not getting that shit. All right, thanks. Got 4 minutes. The Vega brothers. We got Rob not getting that shit. One, don't fucking make it a movie now. It would make no sense goddamn now. The de-aging they would have to do to make the fucking movie make sense right now would fucking be awful. Why? Because both the goddamn characters have been killed. So we had a chance when they were at the same age to fucking take two characters from admittedly not the best movies. I know. It just pissed off a lot of people. I love Reservoir Dogs. I love Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction obviously is a better movie for a lot of different reasons, but the point being is we elevate it a little higher than we probably should for a lot of different reasons. But point being is they're going to take two very interesting characters who had very somewhat mythical backstories that were well donely put into the story that would make sense for a follow-up with those two characters. That would have been kick-ass. Also, we got robbed of a Nick Cage Superman. Come on, people. Nick Cage Superman. I don't even need to say anymore. That is literally fucking surf and turf right there. We lost out on a good Blade sequels. I know what you're saying. Rashawn, there's two others, and then they're having a remake. I know the remake's probably going to be fire, although, heads up, Black Widow, a couple of things. One, I know about the story. I didn't watch the movie, but I read up on it. I also watched Pitch Me. Shout out to Pitch Me. Your story is fucking awful. You can't just throw out a movie, call it Avengers, and hope for the best. Maybe do better. Maybe not blame Disney for fucking having at-home video when you knew that shit was already kicking out. And this movie got kicked down the fucking road so many different times. Maybe just have a better goddamn story. Maybe show up and put in a little more effort. I try to tell you after Infinity War, you guys been fucking lazy. I've been telling people left and right that goddamn Avengers was the worst fucking movie out of the whole goddamn thing. And all I get is, what about the action sequences? Yeah, tell me which one. Which one? Yeah, that's exactly the fucking point, because they're all the goddamn same. So try harder, Marvel. But anyway, better Blade sequels in the sense that we actually could have gotten some really good ass Wesley Snipes follow-up to that fucking movie that, by the way, before some of these other movies came out, was the best we had for fucking superhero movies. And it did really good. Well, yeah, I know when we look back at it, we were looking at Steven Dorff and that CGI weird thing that happened at the end. We don't talk about it. So that's like the cousin who went into rehab once. Like, are you really gonna bring it up? Like, you're gonna be that asshole. Just like go. All right. So we could have had some better ones, but honestly, that fucking production was a shit show. Wesley Snipes, shout out to you because apparently you were on some new shit. But yeah, we got Rob. Thanks, man. Good Terminator sequels. I'm going to go ahead and say T2 is a fan favorite and one of my favorites, and I love it for so many sentimental reasons. But we've pointed out ad nauseum, and we'll continue to for so many reasons. It's not a great sequel, and the rest that follow up are really bad. But the story that they actually point out in the first fucking movie had so many different potentials, which actually is kind of the fucking roll call for the rest of the people on my list. Like Aliens. There's a Dark Horse comics and a Marvel's comics that both have very intriguing follow-up stories to a really good sequel that they easily could have gone with. They could have fucked up and gone with some basic source material and still done better than the rest of the slop that they kicked out. Fucking Star Wars. Literally everything has been centered around one goddamn surname. Are you shitting me? You're going to have a story about an entire universe, and every single time you show up, it's about one surname. Fuck you. Fuck you hard. Fuck you to infinity. You ruined something good. You cannot think of anything different. I hate you. I hate you so much. And yes, I will be at the movie theater when you show up with a new movie. I hate you anyway. Also, fucking Indiana Jones. Guys, it was real simple at the end of Last Crusade. He was immortal. That was the whole fucking lead up to the end of the movie. I'm not making it up. You made it up. You wrote it down. So all I'm saying is just follow up on that. You could have done so many cool things with that. But no, what did you give me? A goddamn crystal skull and Indiana Jones in a fucking refrigerator for a nuclear test. Wow. But instead you give us a Total Recall follow-up and a RoboCop follow-up. No one asked for them. No one wanted them. And you still fucking fell on your face. We got robbed because you fucking keep fucking up.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, that was, no more minutes? Because if you give me 10 more minutes, I have more material. Yeah. I will see you at the end of this episode.
Absolutely. We'll have some outtakes. You know, maybe we got to get the exclusive content there. Get you all signed up. I gotta say, all of it extremely solid. Can't disagree with a lot in there. That there's just, as you say, I've met the enemy and he is us. Right? We are he. We want it, and yet we're disappointed in it because we want the same old thing, and yet we're served the same old thing, and yet, and right?
I didn't even have time because I knew where it was going to go to actually include X-Men in this. Because yes, we got robbed on actually having a good X-Men movie. And an example of that is a movie that actually tried to be good, try to push the limit, try to actually do exactly what the source material was, but within respect, was actually a movie called Speed Racer. I'm just saying that if X-Men, after the first one, I get the grounded approach, although I still disagree with it. After it, they basically did a series of falling on their face. So I didn't even have time to go into that. I'll be quiet because I know exactly where that's going to go. Shout out to Greg, Star Child, because even if he ignores that, I know he's singing about that, and it's a giant FU. He'll probably just like do me some silent thing, or he'll probably add some like really infinitely wise saying some subtly into his argument that 4 weeks later I'm just gonna wake up and be like, motherfucker.
I didn't want to.
Not at all. I honestly am at that point where I can listen to 1,000 wrong things and never react. It's
so the motherfucker was immediate. All right.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, that's all right. I don't think that we are the worst enemy. I just think they're bad at reading what people actually want, and what their job is as entertainers. Oh, I'm starting. All right. I don't think that should count. I was just doing.
Oh, all right. I thought you wanted to go.
Yeah, I don't think that should count too. I mean,
all right, we'll take that.
I'm gonna have to ask for my time back.
Okay.
I have my time back.
The chair.
We'll yield it to the gentleman.
Yeah,
we'll yield to the gentleman.
Back. But you know what? Just leading from that. Yeah, they have this bad habit of trying to read what the audience wants and then giving us obviously the easiest thing or whatever they think the focus groups are absolutely going to love. But you are trying to sell this to a larger, wider audience. So I get it, but sometimes I don't. But when something hits, it hits, and when it don't hit, yo, it hurts when it don't hit. Now we're talking about He-Man a lot, so I'm gonna go start out swinging because I was a Transformers kid. Giant fucking robots with big fucking guns. Like that was me as a kid. So I've been waiting for some. And honestly, some of the animated series, Transformers Prime, I think is probably the best one since. So I would recommend that. But the new ones, Transformers Side, they're so dark. No one has any personality. Like we didn't just watch it just for that. It's like the characters had depth. They did have personality. Some of them were very stereotypical. But the point is, they had more personality than that. And everybody wasn't just dark and brooding.
Are you saying Scatman Carruthers' jazz was stereotypical?
No, I wasn't so much thinking about him. I was just wondering what the fuck
I need
Blaster
someone to
was
tell me about
supposed
the
to
gold
be.
tooth.
It's
That's all.
all right.
I just need someone to just walk me through the gold tooth. That's all.
Like, come on now. And then G.I. Joe had Roadblock. He didn't have to rhyme everything. Like it was weird. It was weird. It was awkward. So, I'm starting off with that. I'm still waiting for that. Michael Bay. I mean, can we count on Michael Bay for anything? And while we're talking about hot mess directors, Peter Jackson and The Hobbit. Now, as a Tolkien teenager, that hurt my feelings. It really did. I think the Hobbit trilogy got more right than wrong, but still not enough. I mean, first of all, absolutely inspired casting for The Hobbit. No question about that. But everything else, because Peter Jackson does nothing but jump the shark. All right, I can't believe in his bag of bat shittery, this man has not directed a fucking Mission Impossible movie with his just physics defying, eye rolling bullshit. Like it's painful sometimes because he has to take it to that level where it's cartoonishly idiotic and he just can't help it. And that keeps happening in The Hobbit. But most importantly, is the theme of Bilbo not just thinking his way out of problems, but avoiding war even right up until the end. And he keeps joining into the fight, which he can't do. He's 3 feet tall. He's not killing anything. All right. Like, he's just not going to kill anything, maybe by accident, but he's not going to kill anything. But I was disappointed at different parts of that movie. I blame Peter Jackson again. And we're gonna step into the bubbling batch of hot mess called Star Wars. And I am going to say that one of the things I was looking to see was what they were going to do with Han Solo. Now I know Han Solo is slightly more stable Jack Sparrow, so he was supposed to be like a bumbling pirate. I understand that, but he deserved a better. Like, that was a disrespectful death for Han Solo. Like, that was just wrong. Like, that is not how Han Solo should have gone out. Period. Like, I would have taken fucking Blaze of Glory charging at a Death Star before being stabbed by his emo estranged son. Like, what the fuck? Like, who the hell let this kid out of Hot Topic long enough to stab somebody? Like, what? Why? No. All right. So that was really the Matrix sequels, also very disappointing. I mean, not to say that I hated the second one. The second one was all right, but the thing was, it went from one movie which was very deep, very layered, made you question reality and our relationship with technology and what's that going to do for us and our identities and the future, and how much of our world do we want to give to technology and how much is really important for us to keep to ourselves, or underground rave eating puke because reasons. And Keanu is Jesus. Because why not? We're just gonna go that fucking route because that's the route we're gonna go because we can't think of where else to do this, and this movie made money and they want to make more.